Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Oh, no! Oh, yeah!
Bivol picks Canelo Alvarez beat Terrence Crawford.
Straighter.
Yep.
Not roundhouse right hand.
And that's what we've been talking about. The straight shot is the one where he gets leverage on it.
I don't want to kill
Pull
somebody
back
for
a little
few
bit.
seconds.
Nah, I want a body on my record.
Now, I want to see you fight motherfuckers. I do. All right? I'm with you. I'm with you. As long as you're trying to fight the great, the best competition.
So, an interview was done with Bivol. And Bivol goes on to talk about how how Terrence Crawford is his favorite fighter, and he's a good fight, special fighter, talented, best fighter to watch for him, and giving him all of the licky chewies, all of the feel good things, saying all of these great things about the man before he low key downs him. Because he was asked, do you think that Terrence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez? Now, as a man who does debates all the time, this was very obvious to me, because this is a simple yes or no question. Now, you can follow on, right? You could follow up after you say yes or no. You could follow up with, hey, yes, and this is why, or no, and this is why, right? You could follow up with that. Like, yes, I believe he beats him because I believe, or you could say, no, I don't really think he could beat him. No, saying yes is easy to do when you believe it. Saying no requires you to focus on your word salad because you don't want to offend anybody, right? You don't want to put yourself out there as a guy that's going against the grain, and you don't want to offend the guy if you like the guy, right? If he clearly likes Terrence Crawford, he clearly thinks Terrence Crawford is the guy, and yada, 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 right? But when he was asked about that, Bivol was asked. And his terminology was, I can imagine it, y'all. I can imagine it. Not that he will, but that he can imagine it. I can imagine it, is what he said. Okay, so what this means is, hell no, he can't beat no damn Canelo Alvarez. In this very same interview he did, he was talking about how, when he started boxing, people one of the first things that people said to him is there's weight classes for a reason, and yada, yada, yada. That's what he believes. He believes that there is weight classes for a reason. Terrence Crawford cannot beat Canelo Alvarez. He does not believe he could beat him. That's why he said he can imagine it. Not yes, he could beat him. No, in Bivol's mind, Terrence Crawford cannot fuck with Canelo Alvarez at all. At all. In Bivol's mind, Terrence Crawford gets the brakes beat off of him. In Bivol's mind. But he doesn't want to say that, which is why he says, I can imagine it. Of course you can imagine it. There's people listening to my voice right now that can imagine winning the lottery. There's people listening to my voice right now that can imagine smashing the baddest chick in the world, or the queens having the dopest king in the world. Yeah, you can imagine these things. Some of y'all, this may not be an imagination to some of y'all kings and some of y'all queens. It may not be an imagination. But you guys understand what I'm saying. Just like I understood what he was saying. I understood what he was saying. Canelo Alvarez cannot fuck with Terrence Crawford cannot fuck with Canelo Alvarez at all. Canelo Alvarez will beat the brakes off Terrence Crawford. He will beat the brakes off of him. He will beat the brakes off of him. Bivol went the distance with Canelo Alvarez. Bivol was punching on Canelo Alvarez, landing good-ass shots on Canelo Alvarez. Never hurt him, never rocked him, never buzzed him, nothing. Nothing. So what makes Terrence Crawford think that he's going to do that? That is a blatant mismatch. I mean, bro, you guys should actually be thanking Canelo Alvarez for not taking this fight. You should be thanking him. That's a blatant mismatch. Blatant mismatch. Don't worry, I'll speak about that later on. But Dimitri Bivol came out and told the world, blah, 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 blah. You know, in the weird ass, how he be talking weird ass and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but he can't, if Terrence Crawford can rock with Canelo Alvarez, then why doesn't he fight Bivol? Bivol beat Canelo Alvarez. Why don't he fight him? Why don't he fight him? What's wrong with fighting Bivol? Bivol beat Canelo. If Terrence Crawford beats Bivol, then wouldn't y'all say he can clearly beat Canelo Alvarez? Wouldn't y'all say that? Because y'all, for some strange reason, live in these triangle theories, which don't work, but y'all will say triangle theories don't work when it's time to glaze your favorite, but, you know, on any other circumstances, triangle theories work just fine for y'all. Oh, man, why you got to fight this guy? This guy beat that guy. That matters to you guys when it's time for you to glaze, but when it's not, then all of a sudden, oh, man, come on, man. We all know. You say it yourself, BF styles make fights. Oh, so now you guys believe in triangle theories, huh? The stuff y'all be saying and doing be bonkers to me, bro. It'd be straight bonkers. But the reality of the situation is this, y'all. Dimitri Bivol made it very clear. Vaguely. I'm going to say it again. He made it very clear, vaguely. Because y'all live in the gray area. I'll do a video on that one. Y'all live in the gray area. But he made it very, very clear, vaguely, that Terrence Crawford cannot beat Canelo Alvarez. He don't want to see that at all. That he knows the outcome. I know the outcome. You know the outcome. We know the outcome. You guys are only meat riding and ball rubbing because Terrence Crawford said that. You don't want to go against the guy. He can't beat Canelo Alvarez at all. That is a one-sided, that is a horrible matchup, bro. Horrible. Matchmakers ain't making that fight at all. They're not making it. Dude is too little, bro. And come on, bro. His power does not translate to 154. What makes you think it's going to translate to? I don't think he could go to 160 and do anything. They're already talking about no Golovkin fight. Speak on that later too. So how's he going to go to 168, bro? That's what you guys want? Bivol don't want that. That's why Bivol said what he can imagine. He can imagine it. He can imagine it. Imagination. Imagination is not real. All right? Just in case y'all are curious, when you say imagination, imagination is not real. You can imagine unicorns. You can imagine a four-headed triceratops just walking down I-5, just a four-headed triceratops on I-95, just walking up the middle of the street. A four-headed triceratops on I-20. Just chilling. Yeah, you can imagine that, bro. You can imagine a lot of things, bro. Man, when I drove through the mountains, because I drove across from the West Coast to the East Coast several times. When I drove through the mountains out there close towards Montana area, there's some mountains. If you're driving through those at night, you swear you're looking at dinosaurs. Those mountains, when you look over the cliff, because you're driving and right there is the cliff. And it's you looking way down there. But those mountains in the dark look like brontosauruses. Yeah, I can imagine that too, dog. I can imagine I'm just cruising down and there's brontosauruses right over there just chilling. Yeah, I can imagine that. It's not real though. In the light, those are regular hills and mountains. But at nighttime, when the light is dim, you can imagine they're brontosauruses. Yeah, and this man can imagine that Canelo Alvarez loses to Terrence Crawford. He can imagine it. But it's not real. He does not beat Canelo Alvarez at all. And he is blatantly telling you guys that he does not beat him. He does not. There is weight classes for a reason. For a reason, bro. And it's different strokes for different folks, right? If you can do what you do at these weight classes when it's moving and you're moving up and you're still able to do what you do, Well, then you can test the waters at another weight class. And let's see if you can do it there, like Manny Pacquiao when he beat Antonio Margachito. Yeah, he stopped that man. So he might have been able to test the waters at a weight class higher. He might have been able to do it. He beat the brakes off that man. This was not debatable or nothing. He continued to do what he was doing when he beat Antonio Margachito. He might have been able, with the right opponent, to go to 160 and be a 9-division champion. He might have been able to do that. Canelo Alvarez is the wrong opponent for Terence Crawford to try to fight at 168. He is all wrong. All wrong. 100% all wrong. But hey, man, I'm not stepping in the way. If y'all believe that's the greatness that y'all want to get, bro, rock on. I'm just letting you know what Bivol said. Bivol don't believe it. Bivol does not believe Terence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez at all. There is weight classes for a reason. You little niggas stay in little niggas places, bro. But if that's where you want to go, bro, rock on. Bivol can imagine it. And I can imagine this Terence Crawford getting knocked straight the hell out. As a matter of fact, let's imagine Canelo getting knocked out. Imagine that. Terence Crawford gets splattered all over the ring. But hey, man, rock on. BFTB, man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I'm out. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you can be notified of all future videos. Like, comment, and share, and I will reply to some of you. If you're feeling the content, please show support in the Cashapp. It is Greatness512. Or the PayPal. It is paypal.me/BFTVboxing. Or you can scan either one. Also, subscribe to my Patreon, where I will be uploading videos about my personal life and personal experiences, as well as YouTube blocked videos, along with many other continued series.